Guys, thank you very much for being here with us. Nice to meeting all of you here. My name is Javier Tan. I'm the moderator of today's webinar. So before that, let me introduce myself. My name is Javier Tan. I'm the co-founder and also the CEO of Creo Engine ecosystem. We are a gaming company, but we focus on building an ecosystem, a gaming ecosystem, specialized for developers and users to be able to interact one another. So we create a platform that looks like that works like Steam, but for GameFi and Web3 gaming projects. Not just that, we are also able to cater to Web2 projects, easily converting these projects into Web3 projects and easily tokenize all these things. They can also, all the developers can also use our platform in especially our infrastructure in order to do so. They can use our marketplace to deal with the non NFT and also NFT asset of the game. We can also utilize the tokens of our partner project in order to create pools, use case, liquidity for themselves by using our farming and also staking pool creator. Other than that, we also will launch a launchpad in order for our developers partner project if they want to raise some funds or maybe get some to know some connections. So that's us in a nutshell. And here I'm going to be the moderator of the webinar titled Accelerating Growth Strategies for Gaming Apps in India and Southeast Asia. Guys, like we have already know that Southeast Asia is actually one of the biggest gaming hub in the world. See, there's a lot of, especially when it comes to esport, there's a lot of esport team, very, very great and powerful esport team originating from Asia, especially Southeast Asia. I can name some of them from my own country, Indonesia. For example, like Onyx, Onyx esport team, or maybe EVOS esport team. They are very famous throughout the world and has win a lot of competitions and gain a lot of recognitions globally. That's just some example. Now, lately, we've seen some movements, a very positive upright movements from the Southern Asia, especially on countries like Bangladesh, India, Pakistan. Now, even our game, the Creo Engine game, which is called Evermore Nights, our first game, running on the Google Play Store, we are seeing Bangladesh as the first and foremost number of the player right now as we speak. So the movement is very positive, it moves very strong, very great, and goes up every single day. Now, today here, we will be joined by 4 experts of the field to speak about the strategies of growing these apps in India and Southeast Asia. First of all, allow me to introduce our host, our organizer today. Before we go to the panelists, we have SocialPeta here. So SocialPeta is a world-leading ad intelligence platform which covers about 1.3 billion advertisement creatives of mobile games and mobile apps industry from over 70 countries and region worldwide, plus 90 mainstream channels in the world. This is, they have a very massive data, over 5 million global advertisers and also 270 million product data. SocialPeta will be able to enable you to analyze and grasp the market momentum from multi-dimensions and help you find more valuable, profitable categories. So they start in China at 2015. And there's a lot of success story you can find in their website, socialpeta.com. You'll see that from 2020s, they have been partnering with a lot of strong and very, very good names like Google's, Alibaba, and such. So kudos to SocialPeta, hands up for them. Thank you for SocialPeta for having us today. I, as a moderator, and our panelists here. So let's go to our panelists here. We have 4 people, 4 very smart and established people in on their field. First of all, we have Mr. Satrio Adi Prabowo, the game designer at Lentera Nusantara, which is one of the oldest and most established gaming studio in Indonesia. Also our senior when it comes to game creation. Hello, Mr. Satrio. Nice to meet you. Please introduce yourself.
Hello, Javier. Thank you for having me here. Actually, I have been in Lentera since 2021, so I'm not the founder of the studio, but well, I'm pretty knowledgeable myself in the field of gaming industry in my 2 years as a game designer. So yeah.
Okay, Mr. Satrio, thank you very much for your introduction. Brief and short and very contentable. Next, we have Mr. Wilson Ong, a senior business developer manager from SocialPeta itself. Mr. Wilson, please introduce yourself.
Hi, thank you so much for really looking forward to talk with you and share insights with all of you. Like Mr. Javier Tan have already mentioned, we have already run our business for about 9 years. Our main focus is to help our clients to get insights or crafting like better targeted ads and creative, maximizing their strategies, things like that.
Very nice, very nice. So that's a very short introduction from Mr. Wilson
Yeah.
and what you can actually find from Social Pita themselves. Thank you, sir. Next, we have Mr. Asaf Pikum, a CMO at playpark.co.ltd, which before they changed their name to PlayPark was called AsiaSoft for nearly 20 years. So, sir, please, the stage is yours. Please introduce yourself.
Hi, thank you, Javier, and hello everyone, including everyone in the that's listened to the online seminar today. PlayParks used to call HSOF. We originally start our business in 2000 to 2001, no, 23 years ago with the box game business. Then we moved to the online game, the PC era. Then now, right now, it's mobile games era. But we also run a couple of successful PC game around Southeast Asia. We have six operation offices around the regions: Thailand, Singapore, Malaysia, Philippines, Vietnam, and Indonesia. So I hope that our 20 something years experience would benefit you guys today.
Sorry. Seems that I was muted just now. Thank you very much, Mr. Asa, for your brief introduction and also a bit of your about PlayPark before called AsiaSoft. And last but not the least, we have Irfan Shaikh, Mr. Irfan Shaikh, which is a strategic partnership leader at Singular. Please, sir, the stage is yours. Please introduce yourself.
Great, thanks, Xavier. Hello, everyone, and every listener on this webinar. My name is Irfan. I lead the partnership at Singular, and Singular has been the next-gen attribution player working with some of the biggest clients globally, solving big complex challenges. And we work on the holistic solution that combined mobile attribution with industry-leading cost aggregation and flexible ROI analytics. I'm here to probably share more knowledge on, and more knowledge and more insights on how the gaming is for India and SE, and look forward to talk to you.
Okay, sir, thank you very much. But before we go to the questions, I would like to congratulate Mr. Irfan and the Singular platform for the successful race alongside our partner, Sequoia.
Thank you so much, Xavier.
You're welcome, sir. So everybody, these four people, these four gentlemen here we have are very smart and established people of their each of their industries and each of their places. So let's not wait any longer. Let's start the webinar today. So today we're going to discuss about the latest insights and trends of mobile gaming apps development in India and Southeast Asia. And of course, we aim to provide predictions and strategies to help mobile games and mobile game apps to adapt and stay competitive in this evolving landscape. So as we know here, we are going to ask some questions to our panelists, and we will get some knowledge out of them about the questions themselves. So, good sirs, let's start with the first general question. So, I would like to ask, with the current landscape when it comes to the mobile app industry in INSEA, India and Southeast Asia, what are the primary challenges faced within this context? Let's start with Mr. Satrio. What do you think, sir? What's the primary challenge?
Well, well, we see that the India and Southeast Asian market is currently experiencing a tremendous growth in the market size. driven by the increasing smartphone penetration to the people of all economic statuses, accessibility to internet, and most of all, mobile device first population. So it also comes with its own problems, such as in the mobile side of things, I mean the mobile gaming side of things, the market itself, the industry is very highly competitive. It's particularly bad for the newcomers, like small indie studios who are wanting to start in the mobile space, but they are fighting against the big players like the likes of EA, Blizzard, uh, Warner Brothers. They all fighting for the same bread, and if I may describe it, it's quite the bloodbath. And also, because of this very highly competitive market, the cost of user acquisition is also rising. So it's going to be increasingly challenging for these new developers to become more organically driven in acquiring their user base. And standing out in this landscape requires a focus in innovation, strong execution, and finding the right methods or maybe uh, the right way to relate with their target customers in India and or Southeast Asia. We also have the limited infrastructure in such for things like payment or in sorry, uh, in payment and the legal side of things. So each country might have different regulatory landscape. So it's also one of the homeworks that we mobile developers need to do before we can start selling our games to those markets. That's what I
Mm.
thought so far.
Makes sense. That makes sense because you guys have already managed to publish your game on consoles like Sony PlayStation, right? If I remember correctly. But that's also one of the reason why we see the shift. I mean, you guys definitely be able to see the very strong shift between especially in Asia, when it comes to console directly to the mobile games. Yeah, so that's very understandable. Okay, next let's have Mr. Irfan. Sir, what's
Great.
your take on the question?
Thanks, Xavier. Uh, Thanks for the insights, Andrew. And I think Andrew has covered mostly everything. And absolutely, the mobile app industry in INSEA, that's India and Southeast Asia, presents a fascinating blend of opportunities and challenges. On the positive side, we are witnessing a remarkable growth, especially in the countries like India. We see a lot of young population who are more innovative, more open. We see a massive growth in both, India and Indonesia. Considering the surge of the smartphone adoption in both places across Asia, it's evident in the impressive 4% growth seen on the adoption of the phones. Uh, However, alongside the growth story, we also navigate through some significant challenges. We have economic factors such as inflation, fluctuating interest rates have a tangible impact affecting monetization strategies, particularly in nations where income levels are comparatively lower. Moreover, there's a nuisance competition between local and foreign apps. While foreign apps tend to dominate sectors like social media and messaging, local apps excel in areas such as e-commerce, digital payments, on-demand services, where they are leveraging the strengths of local infrastructure. Having said that, the influence of certain countries within the region, like the Singapore, cannot be overlooked. Their prominence driven by platforms such as Shopee, which is an e-commerce player, and the Grab adds another layer of the complexities to the industry dynamics. This, coupled with the economic and development disputes among countries, uh, it uh, it integrates the nature of the INSEA mobile app landscape. So having said that, while INSEA mobile app industry presents major opportunities for growth and innovation, it also demands a nuisance understanding of region's economic and the cultural dynamics. Navigating through these challenges, we also harness the region's potential rewards, which are undoubtedly significant. Uh, like what Satyar said, the user acquisition cost has been great in these regions. It's lower than the global cost for user acquisitions.
Okay, sir, that makes sense. Um, yeah, because when it comes to India, because India is actually the second largest country when it comes to the number of the population
Yeah,
after China, right? But correct me if I'm wrong. I do hear that some people out there mention that India is number one right now. So it's just basically standing on the same scale. But
we are there.
right? That's why the potential market from India is crazily huge. And not to mention, right now, I heard that I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong. That India government is enforcing new regulations when it comes to creative economic projects like gaming and also digital projects, right? And that's why people are now exposed to more of these rather than before. That's why the things is running really fast. Okay, thank you, Mr. Irfan. Next, let's go to Mr. Asa. As a CMO of PlayPark, you've seen this running in the industry for more than 20 years. Now, what's your take on the growing situation that happens lately in INSEA, India and Southeast Asia, please?
Okay, I would like to focus on C because we haven't have any experience in India yet. But thank you, Efron. So you make a lot of good points that we should looking over there soon. Okay. Even in Southeast Asia, we split the our countries into two groups. The first one is the one that already established, for example, like Singapore, Malaysia, and Thailand. You know, we run our business for quite a long time, and we see a lot of the good potential on the growth. But however, that cannot compare to the growing country. For example, Indonesia, with a lot of players out there that we still not be able to reach. Also, Vietnam, even though we have a good established there, the country itself still in growing, right? Especially on the infrastructure, same as the Philippines. That's the country. They have a lot of gamers, but the infrastructure, for example, the coverage of 5G and the phone itself, that's like Indonesia, the high spec phone is it's still in the low market share. So with all those, we still not be able to serve like the high quality graphic games to the players. But you know, the world is changing, things cheaper. So one day, these people who live in those three countries will be able to experience another level of gaming, right? And so for challenge, what I see, it might different from you guys. We know everything about the UA, how hard we need to drive in terms of offline on ground activity to gamers to know us, and also how we can lure them to install, register, and play our games, right? Blah blah blah. However, there's still another things that we need to fight. It's screen time sharing. Right now, gamers not just play game. They have another platform that they want to go. And we only have 24 hours. How can we steal that hours back from another platform that gamers would like to ship, right? That's another challenge that our game industry need to fight at this moment.
I agree. I agree very much. Right now, the distraction when it comes to, especially, no offense to anybody here, but
Yep.
when it comes to Generation Z, the Gen Z, the screen time is really high, but with a very short attention span. So, like TikTok, when you swipe, there's about several seconds, then swipe, several seconds, then swipe. So people get bored easily in this era. That's why what you said, Mr. Asa, is very spot on. When it comes to you, we have to maintain the screen time when it comes to playing games. Like people try to play for example, Mobile Legends, when people play Mobile Legends, at least they will play for at least half an hour or maybe one stage as soon as half an hour or maybe 1 hour, right? So this is a challenge where everybody as a game developer needs to find a good content, we need to find a good narrative in order to, to show people that their game is worth playing, that their game worth 1.5 hour or maybe 2 hours of screen time, or maybe make more contents that is educative or earn something for them, right? That's the point. Okay, last but not the least, Mr. Wilson, what is your take on this strategy to build the gaming app in in India and Southeast Asia?
In
Please, sir.
INSEA. All right, cool. So yeah, basically we, like just everybody said, we live in a mobile age, right? So everything we use mobiles, with mobile devices becoming more powerful and accessible now, like appointment, banking, gaming, entertainment. Now it's coming from the mobile. You can say that your life has a little bit shifting to a mobile, But in case in 2024, especially in Southeast Asia, like the one you said before, that a trend of esports and gaming, so gaming landscape is shifting a little bit and redefining entertainment and competition for million worldwide. Meanwhile, the development of mobile games or non-mobile like non apps, development of apps is also backed by the innovation of like technologies. Right now we know about AI, mixed reality, VR, co-op gamings, digital hangout, blockchain, metaverse, and so on. There are so many like innovation, and we need to be able to follow them, like right along with the, okay. And I believe there are some issues and challenges that gonna be uh, we will be facing, in terms of issues such as cybersecurities or regulatories, and we need to make sure for a long-term sustainability of industries. For developers of gaming as well, I believe they need to be more focused on delivering right quality of experiences that really know about the player itself on a deeper level. Might as well prioritizing innovation, inclusivity, or community management, enhance their creativity and collaborations, like to max the expectation from the market, something like that. Now, can be said that the arrival of new opportunities here from mobile app development also brought a high pressure of change. We keep changing, like for example in Southeast Asia, Indonesia, and they are developing countries. There's gonna be a lot of changing in the futures. So we really need to be able to respond to a new needs, like take advantages of these opportunities, like providing more innovation and flexibility with your services, like know your market, know your opportunities, might well innovate and open to changes, be able to be flexible and adapt the situation. It should be like the challenges that we need to be facing, in the future, something like that, Javier.
Wow, thank you, Mr. Wilson. That really is a very good answer. Regulations is also another point that we have to pay attention to, like what confirmed by Mr. Irfan just now, that India's government has already enforced new regulations related to the creative economics. People are, especially in Indonesia, I think Mr. Satrio knows this really well as too, that Indonesia governments are also looking forward to, enforce regulations about the creative economic. And right now in 2024, they even create some regulations that will help the local game developer to enlarge their ecosystem, to build their products better, give them a chance to meet people from abroad, publisher, or maybe even another gaming studio that can share their skills one another. So this is something that is really we have to grasp. This is a time for game developer to actually rise up, step up, and make use of this situation. Because I believe this is the same to all the countries around the world, especially in Asia, that there are a lot of gaming developers that are really talented but stay still under the radar. So this is the time for them to step up and show themselves that this is my product. Let's go. We will be able to be supported by everybody's here and also by the regulations, because right now the world is shifting toward that part where digital digital contents, products, ITs, and even creative economics are ruling the scene. Right. Thank you very much for all the answers. These are great insights from all of you. All of you. Now I'm going to go to some specific questions related to the title as well, but I will address you guys personally. So first things first, let's go to our host today, which is SocialPeta. So the first question will be for Mr. Wilson, if you don't mind.
Got it.
So, Mr. Wilson, we know that SocialPeta has some research about mobile gaming market analysis in the INSEA, the India and Southeast Asia. But can you give us some specific suggestion on the user growth in these regions?
Okay, got it. So I would love to talk about the market overview itself for Southeast Asia and India. You can say that Southeast Asia is actually had nearly 20,000 monthly gaming advertisers. So you can imagine how big it is. For the key countries in Southeast Asia, mostly it come from Philippines, who had the most advertisers. Meanwhile, Vietnam is also as a country who release most ads creatives. So this too is probably like have more advertiser and more creative. For gaming genders, it's dominated by casual puzzle games, and the trends for 2024, the market competition has slightly decreased. For Indian market, it turns out that Indian gaming advertisers on Android, it's slightly above the global average. So more creatives come for Android operating system. Meanwhile, the creative trends have a similar things with Indonesia, slightly decreasing. Meanwhile, the game genders that increasing is advertising for casual games. So both are increasing, have an increase in casual games. Meanwhile, RPG a little bit below the global average. The fun fact things on Indian market is Indian mobile games, they made creative. They got higher impression for video creative compared to global average. It means that in Indian, they are made quite good creatives on the market and have a good impression, something like that. For suggestion on user growth, actually based on the data I stated before, for Southeast Asia, because mostly like 70% the creative are on a video base. I think they need to really invest in high quality engaging videos to capture user acquisition or user retentions. You should be highlighting unique game features or user benefits as well for Southeast Asian region. Meanwhile, in India, because they have already able to make a good quality impressions, maybe should be more focusing on video creative. As they receive higher impressions, they ensure that the video are compelling and relevant to maximize the engagement. They just need to focus on higher impression for Indian market. We both also noticed that Southeast Asia and India have a significant dominance in Android user. So one of the best suitable strategy is to ensure your games are optimized for Android, of course, and including their performance optimization like user interface, visual compatibility. Both Southeast Asia and India, they are mostly dominated by casual games. So consider developing and promoting this game in this gender. And also this game has a broad like audience, right? And got potential to drive your user growth. So position your casual games to attract new customer, and retain the existing one will be one of the best strategy as well for INSEA market. Like by focusing on these strategies, so you can actively drive user growth in INSEA region, leveraging video content, like optimizing Android services, like creatives, and targeting key market with adjusted localized strategies. So this particular strategies will be crucial in maximizing your success in the future, especially in gaming market in India and Southeast Asia region. I believe that's all I'll say.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Wilson. This is actually a very comprehensive and good answer. I believe you guys know, especially you, Mr. Wilson, because you're a business development manager. This is where you can actually shine when it comes to looking into the opportunities between these two areas, INSEA, the India, and also Southeast Asia. You guys are broad on that area as well. So very valuable. Thank you, sir. Next question will goes to Mr. Irfan from Singular. Okay, sir. So basically, Singular's contribution in advertising campaign has been very recognized in the global industry, especially in Web 2 and Web 3 gaming stage, right? So having observed Singular's contribution to the advertising campaigns for numerous mobile gaming apps, could you share a little bit of practical cases and maybe you can offer a little bit of insights or tips for achieving a better outcomes in the user growth between these countries?
Absolutely. Thanks, Ego. So the first thing, I really feel it's important to collaborate with the right partners and spreading some great investments for the overall growth on the networks. Okay, having said that, we have worked with so many bigger clients globally, giving them something really which help them scale their campaigns and get what they need. So I can talk about some Madbring games, Riot games, Lesmo, and many more. So, but for now, let me talk about Riot Games. So when Riot Games, which is one of the biggest game publishers, they was looking for an MLP solution, they that could cater to the cross-platform needs while respecting the player privacy. The player privacy was some important factor for them. They found nothing in the market. Collaborating with Singular as their dedicated partners, they developed a bespoke class cross-platform and a cross-device measurement solution. This not only met the unique requirements, but also ensured player privacy. So leveraging Singular's expertise in cost aggregation and marketing ETL, they gain granular ROI insights, which is very important for any of the companies to probably grow. So Cody Christie, who is the director of growth at Royal, emphasized the importance of centralized tool like Singular, enabling his team to track the total investments, measure returns, analyze changes over time, at the same time, key elements for achieving better outcomes in the overall growth ecosystem. So in a similar way, there are a lot of clients which look at the data at an important level, the granular level, which can support them to on their marketing channels. And those kind of investments on the partners, I feel it's very important. Let me give you another example. Lesmo. So Gus Vegas, who's a former head of growth, he also emphasized on diversifying networks for the user acquisition. He basically insisted on the importance of not over relying on a single platform like the Facebook, TikTok, or any single publisher. Instead, he advocated for spreading investments across networks from the start. But according to the guests, the growth had for less more. Successfully companies diversified early on, so which he needed to, which was supported by a reliable M&B partner. This strategy, backed by the diversified approach, a strong M&B partner, are crucial for sustained user growth. This case actually highlights the strategic partnership with some of the good partners, which can add value to the overall growth ecosystem, give good insights for your marketing team, which can probably dive down on the data and work on the strategy for the growth in other markets too. I think I'll be more than happy to share more details. And I can probably share my email ID for someone who would love to hear more on Singular and how we have been solving some of the complex challenges or some insights on it.
Okay. Are you sharing, sir? I mean, are you sharing video?
I'm sharing it here.
Okay.
It's not the video, it's the email ID. If someone wants to know more, they could probably reach out. Yeah.
Sure, please.
So you'd find more case studies or more user cases on our website, and I think I'll be more than happy to talk in person to about the current and how we have been solving some complex challenges.
Okay. Yes, I am in and I'm in and I saw the video. Which one you want me to play, sir?
So give me 1 second. You can play the Mad Games.
Sorry, I can't hear you. Sorry, sir.
Mad Games.
Oh, okay. No. Sorry, it's a error from my side. Sorry.
I'm seeing the link here, Zilla. 1 second.
Yes. Okay. Right. So, Mr. Irfan, by the way, sorry to ask, are we done with the answer? All right. Thank you very much for giving us a very strong insight for the what do you call that, for the issue when it comes to giving a very strong and precise uh, for achieving a better outcome in the user growth. So of course, we will address you can share the content on the group very soon. But before we go there, let's continue for the specific questions. Next, we will have Mr. Asa from PlayPark. So, sir, um, when it comes to digital marketing, I mean, you guys have been in the field for more than 20 years now, and I believe you guys have already gone through a lot in the space itself when it comes to digital marketing. Now, we are aware that you, sir, Mr. Asa, is a seasoned professional in a digital marketing space. But with the extensive experience in Thailand and overseas, of course, having successfully executed marketing campaigns across various industries. But now, when we're talking gaming, when we're talking about the gaming industry growth, what are the key highlights of this market? I mean, could you provide some actionable recommendation for gaming marketeers, to drive the user growth? Because truth to be said, I just learned this very, very recently, that doing a game marketing and also executing a general marketing is entirely a different thing. And this is something that we can address differently. And definitely it's not easy to do so, because a lot of people, when they know what to do, even though when they know what to do, it's not easy for them to execute itself when it comes to the gaming marketing. So, sir, can you share us your insight? Thank you.
Okay, thank you for the questions. But to be honest, if we're talking about gaming marketing itself, you might need like half a day or maybe a day to go through all the list. So, but today I pick a couple for you guys. So first thing first, because we run our business in 6 countries, so I would like to come up with the first one is localization is not about translation, right? Its translation is only a small fraction of the whole localization. For example, even though in our 6 countries operations, each country have their own preference. Philippines, everything Western. If the graphic is Western style, I'm jumping first, right? If it's a hardcore rock, I'm a country that love all these things. It's like a first thing first, right? Vietnam's another story. If it's Chinese graphic, Chinese storyline, I go there first. I think in Indonesia is a mobile first, right? Mobile first, we forget about the PC game because we also run the PC game. If you launch a PC game in Indonesia, you will die very soon. But if for mobile games and that's mobile, it's on a very casual or use really low spec of the phone, you get more chance to go there. So first, localization, meaning that you have to really understand your target market, what they prefer, what kind of game, what the storyline, the slang, the humors, the sadness, or whatever that touch all those people. You see a lot of games that launch in Southeast Asia, but has a bad translation. It's not a bad translation, but it's a bad localization because you pick a wrong word, or pick a wrong highlight and use it as a promotion assets. So yeah, you need to pick the right things, right? That's the first one. The second one I would like to highlight here is I I believe everyone here we all use KOLs to drive our game penetrations, right? It's it's the must. It's a must. It's no brain. You have to use KOL, but even though we use them, we still have question to ourselves. Is it worth? Is it right? Yes, it worth. Yes, it's right. But how can we make it better? Luckily, that's for us. With 20 years, we not just use the KOL. We build the KOL. We have a relationship with the KOL, and some KOL they grow from us. So back like 10 something years ago, we built just someone who loved to play games. No, we go, we work with them, train them, they train us. So today, those girls and guys are famous and they still work with us. So they not just work for money, but they trust the games that we give them. Then they also have an insight of the game before other KOL, right? And for me, in the future, it's not just KOL. This happened to e-commerce landscape. That's they use what we call it KOC, key opinion consumer, the KOC, right? So in the Philippines, we tried that already. We call them a grassroots KOL that really just someone who just starting something play and I really like the game, but yes, I need something in return. So we just give them some very nice thing, very close opportunity with our game master or special items in the games first. So yeah, instead of using just KOL, we use a grassroots KOL or the what we call it KOC, and we try that out. And I think this is another one that I would like to recommend you guys, not just use the big name, but build it. Even today, our PlayParks in every country, we have a KOL party every year. So we don't have to work for you, just come to the party. And we tell them that, okay, this is our next year plans, what games we're gonna launch soon. So we keep them, have the vibe with us and happy to enjoy the game community, not just do the work. Okay, and maybe I add a last thing. Okay, it's in the past we call it out of home, but now we should use it as an ambient marketing. That's what we call. The difference is it's not just the visibility, not just you see it, but it's something you can interact with it. Even it's just Instagrammable, you do the Instagram or TikTok, somewhere that you have the ads and people can create content there and spin that content to get viral. That's is something that we should change. Not just have the print out or the LED advertising out there, but something that makes people in the real world can interact and recreate content and repost it back to the digital world and spin off your advertising. That's my input for today.
Thank you. But I would like to respond. I would like to respond on this statement.
Yep.
It happens that several days ago, me and my team members, we are discussing about the very topic that you mentioned just now, grassroots marketing. First of all, when it comes to when we say gaming marketing, people always think of something out of the box, trying to go over the edge, like you said, using KOLs, performing this and that, making something really enjoyable to the eyes and to the soul. If you get what I mean. But do you think that with everything that people do nowadays, grassroots marketing, is it better? Is it better than utilizing a high-end marketing system? What do you say about that?
It is not better, but it's something that you should start doing it because you don't know one day that grassroots market KOL might become someone that
Hmm,
you'll be able to work with them.
understood.
It's okay. This is the my own experience from another industry as well, not just a game industry. In the beauty industry, there's a lot of girls, women who would like to become a KOL. So they build their own self. Same thing here. They one day they want to become someone. Instead of waiting for that person to become someone, why don't you grow with them? That's the
Hmm,
point.
understood, understood. So basically, you're saying that we are not going to abandon those who are doing grassroots
Yep.
marketing themselves, especially the
Yep.
KOLs. Yeah,
Yep.
that is actually a very well said thing, Mr. Asa. This is very nice, very nice. I definitely will learn a lot from this. Definitely, we will try to do the grassroots marketing for ourselves as well, and hopefully, we can. Well, one day we can actually collaborate, Mr. Asa. Right.
If
Thank you,
from
sir.
from 50 people, maybe you can, if you only have one that grow with you, that's good enough, I think.
That makes sense. So our 1 out of 50 might be diamond in the rough.
Yep.
All right. Thank you, sir. All right. Last but not the least, we will ask the question, specific question to Mr. Satrio from Lentera Nusantara. Sir, so we know that Lentera Nusantara himself is committing and to unveiling is committed, very very committed to unveiling the rich heritage of digital world through your innovative services, like some of your games, which I know, which brings the the Indonesian culture out very strongly, right? The one that is out in the Suri's Adventure, right? The one in PlayStation, we know that really well. And we do understand when you guys are committed to do this, what do you perceive as the main challenge in user acquisition? And also, can you provide some practical examples of how your team addressed these challenges? I mean, you guys are very unique when it comes to product, but how do you take the marketing yourself? Thank you, sir.
Okay, thanks, Javier. Okay, so at Lentera Nusantara, we are passionate about unveiling the rich heritage into the digital world. This isn't just a model, it is a core philosophy in our user growth strategy, particularly within the local Indonesian market, and also in our plan to attract global market interest so they can also become more interested in our Indonesian local culture. However, in addition to the woes of discoverability and high market competition in general, making a meaningful user acquisition impression in the market as a local developer is like walking on tightrope because while the Indonesian player base is part of the global market, it also has a finicky taste that is driven by subjective biases when it